We would like to take this opportunity to recognize the validity of the protests going on throughout the United States and the world, advocating for greater equality and justice for all people at risk. We want to affirm that love is love, that Black Lives Matter, and trans rights are human rights. If I might, I will leave you with a poem. Something is terribly wrong if the pain, sorrow, and outrage of a people makes you more uncomfortable than murder itself. By Rupi Kaur. And now, on with the show. Warning. Fortune and Strife features subjects which can be uncomfortable for a general audience, such as the use of drugs and alcohol, poor treatment of people of different classes or cultures, adult situations, psychological trauma, and violence. Listener discretion advised. Welcome to Fortune and Strife. I'm Robert, or Bayushi Shinichi, and I'll be your host and narrator.
I am Jeanne, and I am playing Doji Gen.
I am Tyler, and I am playing Akoto Richi.
I'm Tiff, and I'm playing Kuni Yui.
I am Paul, and I'm playing Shoshiro Bisho.
Okay. Bisho, I think if you want to be friends with us, like, you want to continue to be friends with us, I think you're going to need to be more honest with us more often. And you're going to actually need to tell us and be serious and direct about what is and isn't an order you have. Because I don't want to go against the fortunes, but I don't want to go and do something Bisho wants to do because I think the fortunes are telling them to do it. I want to do something Bisho wants to do because Bisho has talked to me and thinks and has convinced me that it's a good idea.
I think we've done that before.
Yes, but I mean, like, every time. Not sometimes. Like, every time. Like, I don't want you pretending that you have an Aria's blessing on something if that's not the case.
Easy enough. I mean...
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't use Zensho all the time. I mean...
Zensho?
Oh... think about it like a kabuki actor has many roles. I do too, and with those roles comes lots of names.
Which one is Zensho?
He's the messenger.
Wouldn't that?
The
So is that your real name?
No, no. No,
Oh,
that was a given name.
Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still want to be Bisho?
I mean, do you still want me to be Bisho?
I think for the moment, yes. Because we've already gone around explaining everything else, and we would need to do the same thing for this to Gen, and she deserves to know. Not right now, though.
Oh, no, not right now.
I think there's a better way to tell her than this.
I think some events must happen before I even reveal it. It would break her heart, break her mind, and a few other things. Maybe even break me too.
She would probably try to kill you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To be fair, if you don't take it seriously and you don't take Gen's emotions into account, and honestly, work with us on this, because you definitely seem to have trouble just figuring out when to show it up versus when to be compassionate, you know? Like, I'm not the best judge of these things, but I mean, don't think I've done anything nearly as crazy as you have yet. No, I don't think I could.
No, this is not crazy. This is
Not to you.
This is actually pretty crazy.
No, not really.
I haven't met any Kitsune before. So step 1, crazy. Step 2, void kami crazy.
That's right. You haven't, of course.
I don't like the way you said that, but
yeah, that's okay, sure. We'll come back to that.
I guess you're right. You know, I wouldn't recognize another one if I'd seen one. I bet you guys are everywhere. Like Tanuki too, right? They're everywhere.
Dear Lord, Tanuki, let's not even get started on that.
Okay.
Next thing you know, you're going to be telling me the Naga are still around. Anyway.
I think what comes next, I think we need to see what comes next, what comes after this. But I think we need to decide together as a group, because either there's something else that we all need to take care of together, or it won't matter and we'll all have to go home anyways. So if we need to stick together and do more. Let's, be more together.
And I will be more truthful.
As
That'll be a nice start.
well, if you had been, maybe this wouldn't have come to this. I don't know.
If I was truthful from the very start, that would have been weird and awkward, and I would have been chased out of your town so much sooner.
Well, not the same. Like, I'm not saying like literally it's not truth. The amount of revealed truth isn't binary, like completely binary. It's not like all or nothing. It's just like, reasonable amounts, like plans, things. Like, I get we all came here for different reasons. Well, we all came here with different goals in mind. Kind of assess the situation.
I mean, I came here because I was a friend to Ryujin. Stuart stops and chokes on words.
I think that's the first time I've seen you show actual feeling about this. You actually are sorry, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Then let us help you fix this. You can help us fix this.
So, what's the first step?
The first step is getting Ryuji to calm down. Whether that's time or by words, we'll have to find out.
Honestly, it might be time. It might be time because what you said to him right before this whole thing happened. If there's time tomorrow to sit and maybe he's cooled off once he wakes up, we can chat with him. But otherwise, 6 months from now, we'll try again.
Well, I don't have to wait 6 months.
What?
Right, because you can travel between the realms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember my stories.
But no, don't do that though. We just said don't do that.
He said don't do that either.
That doesn't surprise me at all after how he looked.
Besides, you're going to be with us because I assume that's what, well, now I'm doing what you're doing and I'm assuming what Inari wants.
Right? Let's just see what she wants. I know what I want. What I want is for Yuji to be happy and for whatever comes next, if we're all together on it, if we all need to face it together to be a cohesive group, a unit. And if not, honestly, we'll see you in 6 months. Before that, I don't know, figure something out.
I don't have to go with Ryuji. I can be with... I'm a little bit more free than some other kitsune.
Then we'll just see.
We'll just have to see then. Okay, well, that was a revelation and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried dropping clues. Some days it's more fun to be the one who makes puzzles than the one solving puzzles.
This whole supernatural stuff, it's beyond me. I like focusing on what's here on this realm and not anything that goes back and forth. Even the kami are a little too much for me at times. And how you ask them to do something and they'll do it, and other times they won't. That's all that's beyond me. Put something in front of me and I can deal with it. This I can deal with. Okay.
I mean, if it helps, you can punch me.
No, only because you offered. So
expect another punch some other time if you do deserve it again.
Oh, I usually can tell when I'm about to be punched.
So I think the more immediate steps is let's make sure Ryuji is ready for tomorrow, and
we'll talk to him first.
Yeah,
or maybe just you, Richie. I
think that'll be a good thing, is having a friendly face greet him in the morning.
Yeah, well, we'll all be here.
Yeah,
so maybe nearby at first. This is what happens if you don't. Oh, it's late.
It is late.
I gotta finish up my letter, and then I'll. Yeah. Let's just go with that, and we'll start this up bright and early tomorrow.
It looks like I'll have to find another place to sleep tonight because I think that little cute puppy is going to be up in my face if I go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk that.
Well, the weather's nice, muggy. You'll probably be okay. You also totally did this to yourself.
Yes, I can agree with you. I did do this to myself. Though I was hoping the truth would mend wounds or whatever saying there is.
It's timing is important. Method is important. Gift wrapping is important.
What? What was the last one?
Gift wrapping? You know, like, okay, so like if you give someone a gift, right? And like you just give it to them, it's totally different than if you like put it in something like a really nice cloth or like with, you know, like a ribbon or something. Totally different.
Yeah, you lost me on that one too. Why not just give a gift to them?
Yeah, I mean,
It's different. It's just about it being different. Like, it makes it a special thing. Like, yeah, you get.
I thought it was more about the presentation of giving the gift and not the
It's
wrapping.
not really,
That's part of
it's not
it.
the gift itself, and I think you would draw away from the intention of the gift. And besides,
man,
if I give you
okay,
something,
you know what?
Yeah.
We'll go talk to Gen about gift wrapping because I bet you she knows way more about this than all of us.
I wouldn't take you up on that bet. Speaking of which,
Speaking of which,
I don't. This is. I don't know. This seems like this bet was entirely rigged against me the entire time.
Ho 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 ho! Trying to worm out of your bet that easily?
Oh no! I will still
Preachy.
honor my bet. I will still honor it.
Oh, good.
But
The next drinks are on you then.
the next drinks are on me. I just want to
But
point
at
out
a proper, like,
at a proper
bar.
establishment. Yes.
Yes.
No. I'm
Where
good
I
for my
can show
word.
you
Don't worry.
how much
It's
of a
just-
lightweight you are. Oh, you know.
Oh. Yeah, that's a whole separate conversation. I'm just going to point out that, this whole bet was on, Anari not showing up or anything like that, or not giving a sign of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Literally
this
showed up.
pointing towards B show. It's like, this is all happening. Yeah. Okay.
Well, she already knew.
It wasn't the point of her knowing. It was the point of her giving a sign that this is what she wanted. Her showing up definitely did that.
I didn't know Inari was going to show up. I just, expected it, honestly, because my understanding of the situation was slightly different. And now it's different again.
Yeah, that just reminds me to never take up a bet where the fortunes are concerned.
Nah, I'd totally do it again. Worth it. I mean, I won, so.
Obviously, yeah, all right.
And the two of them go off now, finding a bit of humor between themselves now that the bet has been resolved. Bisho staying outside, deciding that where's the best place to bed down, and if they're best suited to do it in their human form or make it into a fox form and find a den to burrow into. And finally, night comes over you all, and you finally get some rest after what has been a long and very eventful day. But we have one thing before then. Doji Gen has to encode her letter to Hideyoshi. So I think a TN3, I don't know, what is it, an air composition check? Or what do you think it is to hide a message in a treatise on yams?
It is an air composition check, I would imagine, but I do have cadence.
Yes,
So-
cadence is definitely the thing to help hide things in it. That's true. So
all I need is an op.
all you need is one opportunity. Since you're only writing your treatise on yams, I mean, that sounds like it's a TN1 composition check, because you have cadence in which to hide your crimes, as it were. Anything in particular that you want to send off to them for any particular bit of knowledge, or is it just kind of your own version of the things that transpired here tonight?
It's really got very much. I've got my opportunity. So, I rolled before I say the full answers. I'm gonna say what I'm encoding in it. I rolled composition and air. I got a explosive success opportunity with strife and success with strife. I'm going to keep the explosive success and opportunities to strife, and then explode it.
There you go.
Why not? Okay.
All right, there you go.
2 successes. I don't need to keep the second one since it's just TN1. So
Yeah.
All right, but I've got my opportunity, and that's all I needed. I am sure that Yoshi knows my cadence, or my boss does. So that's
Yes, you guys have a bit of a different ciphers that you use to encode meanings into what are usually either letters of just normal things going on at court, or in your case, treatises on yams or other things that you are observing with the different places that you go to, and you pick up and learn.
in this case, in my treatise on yams, I will describe that there is a secret order in the Phoenix called the Order of the Betony, which has fanatics in it who would do anything to safeguard the Asawa, including kidnapping children with Ishikan powers.
Sounds good. All right, I will go ahead and make note of that, and that is good information for a spy to pass on to their handler. I like it.
I'm not going into the full detail on this because right now I'm still.
But yeah, it's more the
TCBMs that's the useful
communicates that hey, there's this Order of the Bent Knee you might want to look into. It involves people that are fanatics, all that good stuff, and that's more than easy to hide in this treatise of yams that you were writing. But you were up quite a bit later than you wanted to be before you finally are able to get some sleep.
Yeah, Sueno maybe comes over and puts a blanket over her shoulder.
Oh, that's at some point I could see that happening. Yeah, blanket over the shoulder, and so that you're kind of still at the low table where you were writing when you wake up in the morning, but everyone had gone to sleep before you.
Before the end of the day, we've written our letters. Gen is going to take out a piece of paper, and she is going to paint a picture with her supplies of Mariko's mother.
Oh, very nice.
So I can do that, and I will roll and see if I can make it good. Okay.
Go for it. Yeah, that sounds like an aesthetics. Earth to recall, water to give a pleasing painting, fire for the inspiration. A couple different ways to kind of I think approach this painting.
I think I'll try to use earth.
Yeah, so you're going to go ahead and try to recall a very detailed picture of Kaguya, so that she has something to remember what her mother truly looked like before she passed on.
That sounds like a good present. So this is Earth Aesthetics, and so I have Ring 3, Skill 2 in that. Let's see what it has to say. Please roll. Okay. Have a success with strife, 2 explosive successes with strife. I'm assuming we could have gone down in between scenes anyway. So
yeah. And for recalling something from memory with artisan? Give me just one moment.
Remember, I have perfect memory too.
Oh, that's right. You do have perfect memory. So we'll go ahead and lower that by 1. So let's go with the TN2. Yeah, you do have perfect memory. So yeah, let's go with a TN2. And if that is an advantage or a distinction, you can reroll 2 dice.
Sure. I already kept it. So
what you can do here is you can add 2 dice, and then you can reroll those 2 dice. So
I will add a skill and a ring dice. I'll add the blanks.
There you go.
Just reroll the blanks. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's an opportunity. That's nice.
Yeah. And you get to keep 3 dice.
Okay, I'll keep that, and then I will re-roll the 2 explosive successes.
Okay. So you succeed in making a painting that is reminiscent of Kaguya, and you have 1 opportunity to spend on it because the explosions both came up blank.
All right. I would like to use the opportunity to try to express more. Not only just depict her, but express her love and that emotion for it too. So it goes above and beyond just this recall of her, but really expresses that she is very much loved.
I like it. That's very good. All right. So yeah, you're painting that up in the morning. what might some of the others of you get up to in the morning for a downtime activity before you have to hit the road here?
Yui is going to just sort of kind of write a letter, I guess, just to Mariko, just jotting down her notes, her thoughts, her feelings, and it's not to be opened until she can open it herself and can read it. So
I like that. All right. And for Ricci.
So early in the morning, Ricci gets up, probably before everyone else at this regard, and sits out by the giant statue facing towards the east and awaiting for the sun to rise. And when it does, he breaks out a set of parchment and ink and writes a haiku along with the calligraphy for a sunrise, seals it up, and gets ready to present it when need be.
Sounds good. I like it. Go ahead and make me a TN2 calligraphy test.
Calligraphy.
Oh, sorry, composition. Sorry, composition.
Composition.
It's
Excellent.
a C word. I got it. C word used in writing.
Well, I can't promise anything on this one.
That's all right. Can you practice spin? I don't know.
No.
Fair enough.
I thought I did, but apparently I don't. Okay, so you said just a general composition?
Yeah, just a composition, and I mean,
I'm going with invent on the firing.
Fire. There you go.
Not that great for me, but I'll take it regardless. 1 success, 1 opportunity, 1 strife. You said it was TN2.
So it's not the most inspired poem, and it's not the finest calligraphy, but with your opportunity, you can impart at least emotion to it. And while it might not be, like I said, it's not the cleanest brushwork, and again, not the most inspired of poetry, but it can communicate something meaningful with that opportunity.
And the haiku itself is: the sunrise bright, standing united with us. You are not alone.
Nice. Very nice. And what do you want to spend the opportunity with that one on?
To put the emphasis on the emotion within it. I just want to make it more I want it to stick.
Okay, there you go. I like it.
To Ryuji and Mariko. I guess this is goodbye, Ryuji. These last few weeks have been terrible for you. Kaguya's death, your fears for Mariko, your father-in-law and the fires, the shinobi and Shibasheiji, Hinari's messenger, and all of this, and I have caused it too. I am sorry I could not think of another way than the duel, and that I did not allow Ricci or a more skilled duelist to stand for me. I lost my family in the tsunami that hit Cranelands, and I hoped that somehow I could save yours. Maybe I just wished for an answer more than anything about who we are and why the fortunes choose to do what they do with us. But I don't have those answers to give you and Mariko. I don't have them for myself. I hope the realm of Chikshido is not unkind, that it is safer there. I only have faith to go on, and faith is not something I am very good at. But this last cycle of Lady Sun has called so many things into question that I thought I knew. Faith is all that is left. I know you didn't want to leave your lord. I will do what I can to help Lord Suzume accommodate your wishes, and I will try to find a way to turn my heart such that even Inari is convinced that you can return. I just don't know how yet, but I swear I will try to find the path, and if I can't, maybe she will relent, and when Mariko is safe, she'll accept me in your place as a punishment for what I have done. In the meantime, as long as my lord permits me, I will look into the rash of missing children and see what threat it is that puts Mariko in danger beyond the wishes of the Phoenix. I hope it is enough. May this picture of Kaguya be a source of comfort. I thought, at the least, Mariko can be raised to know her mother's face. May Kaguya grant you her gentle aid from her place with her ancestors. Safe journeys, my friend. I will find a way to make a home for you somewhere when you return, Doji Gen.
Little Mariko, know by the time that you read this, I will either be dead or a commander with the Akodo. Either way, I will be looking over you and your family. You have strength beyond those of us with swords and words. Use it fairly and use it well, and always in the defense of the Emperor. Be humble and proud. Your family is one of the best in Rokugan. Your father is dutiful, loyal, and a wonderful friend. His word is just and great. Your mother is loving, vigilant, and kind. She is always with you. Trust in the power of the ancestors, and trust in your heart, and you will never be led astray. Know that you are still samurai, and that you are blessed with the gift. The kami will listen to you and guide you along the path. As the kami Akodo said, live alone, and you shall die alone. Stand with your brothers, and you shall celebrate your victories in this life and the next. If you ever require anything of me, do not hesitate. Your father knows the same, and you'll always have my heart and my blade. Your faithful lion uncle, Akodo Richi, son of Akodo Soda and Akodo Mayu, grandson of Akodo Hirohito and Matsusuna, great-grandson of Akoma Nakamura and Akodo Suyo, great-great-grandson of Akodo Yoshikiyo and Akodo Fuku. This continues on for 5 more generations.
All right. And Bisho, are you going to get up to anything, or are you just going to come and let them know where they're going, or is it going to be Zencho is going to lead them to where they're going?
There's probably a note on the table that tells him where to go. He knows he's pissed off a few people, and yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So they will go ahead and make off and be ready in the guise of Zencho when they arrive there, but Bisha will not be traveling with them. So Kenzo, the shrine keeper, packs you all up a bit of easy portable lunch, some rice, some vegetables, a couple of things of fruit that they have from their tree, and some plums, and sends you all away and thanks you once again for bringing him a visitation of Inari, and that he hopes that his hospitality reflects well on her.
Your hospitality has been most gracious. Thank you very much. And I will leave a donation to the shrine.
Okay. Are you guys planning on returning to the shrine, or are you planning on returning to the village when you're done here? I.e., should Asawagan be in the ox cart with you, or will you guys come back to the shrine for him?
He probably would want to see his granddaughter off too. So I think even we probably don't really know where we're going from here, but he'd want to say his goodbyes. So let's take him with us.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So he will ride with you guys, even though he probably shouldn't be wandering around with fresh stitches. You guys are able to get him in the cart without straining him too much, and you all set off. The note says that you are to meet down to the south of the Golden Sun Plain at a place called the Uebi Marshes. It is a wetlands that stretches out kind of through the Asahina provinces from here down to Earthquake Fish Bay in the Crablands. And it has kind of been disputed territory for quite some time. But the letter talks about how it is the meeting place of water and earth, of fire and air, and it is a thin space between the realms, and that is the place where the transition will be made. And that once you get close enough, Zencho or one of the other messengers will guide you the rest of the way to where you will meet with Inari. So it's fairly specific, easy directions. It's kind of head south to the Uebe Marshes, and someone will find you. So not even a major need for any type of navigational check at this point. It's a couple hours of riding, but you guys get there kind of on the edge of the marshes by mid-afternoon, and sooner than later you are met by a messenger. But is it going to be Zencho, or is it going to be another?
It's going to be another. Completely different markings on the face.
Yeah, and one that speaks with a different voice, more of a knowing kind of a knowing aloofness to them and says that they are Uranai and that they are a messenger of Inari, another Kitsune, here to guide you the rest of the way through the Webby marches. To stay close, but they will not go so fast that your ox cannot keep up. And you can see, those of you who really look this fox over, yes, the markings are different. It has same colored eyes versus 2 different colored eyes. You're pretty sure that this isn't Bisho or one of their illusions, but who can tell at this point? And it's about another 2 hours of slow going through marshlands with an ox cart before they bow and tell you this will be where it happens. Be ready to say your goodbyes. I will be waiting nearby when Nari is ready to receive you. And he kind of bows and wanders off to the southwest a ways and kind of waits, looking at the setting sun to the west.
Dismount and bow to Ryuji and present to him my painting, which is kind of wrapped up in a wax silk piece of cloth.
Thank you. What is it?
A gift for both you and Mariko to take with you when you go. I wish that I could have done better for you, but I hope this path leads you to safety and happiness.
I hope so as well. I keep telling myself that hopefully this will be what keeps Mariko safe. So hopefully this is it. I mean, what father, or at least what self-respecting father wouldn't go through and do anything it took to safeguard their child's life, even if it means leaving behind everything they know. Thank you, Gen. Thank you for everything.
Bow deeply, step back so the others could say goodbye as well, since he's not refusing. So
No. It's he could say, oh, it's not so much, but it's for himself and his daughter, and it's not the time to really be worried about just over complicating manners at this point.
Richie will step up and give the polite bow to Ryuji and say, I've also got a gift for both you and for Mariko, and then a separate gift for Mariko. I present the poem to him, and I'll say, remember, this is who we are, and if you ever need anything, just let us know. We'll be extremely happy to help out where we can for you and for Mariko. And at which point, Richie reaches down into the bag and pulls out the little doll that his sensei gave him back at the beginning and hands it to him and says, and this is for Mariko, just a little something to play with while away from other humans and whatnot.
Well, thank you, Richie. This is too kind. Thank you so much. I'm sure she will love it. It's definitely more than the silly little yam she plays with now.
I think the yam is cute. I think you could probably introduce a little bit of both of them together.
Thank you.
The little doll and the yam. That sounds like a good playmate for a little growing girl.
You've been such a good friend through all of this. I can't thank you enough. I truly am in your debt.
Think nothing of it, and there is no debt to be had.
And he
be safe, my friend.
His friend, and yes, thank you. You too.
Again, bow again, give that slight little smile to him, and then back off.
Yui will step up and give a nice bow and present with a letter and says, "This is for Mariko. You should probably give it to her when she's capable of reading it herself. I don't know how long that'll be, but I trust you to hold on to this."
Of course, I'll hold on to it and keep it safe for her. And when she's ready and able to read it, I will give it to her.
And I may not have anything physical to give you, but if you're ever in any kind of trouble, you can find a way to send me a missive. I will punch my way through, even into Chikudo, if need be.
If anyone can do it, it'd be you, Yui. No, I'm sure that in Inari's court, I will have any number of messengers. I just hope that Bisho won't be among them. But I will send for you if I ever need to call on you.
And well, in 6 months, or whenever exactly 6 months ends or begins. I don't know if here is where we would need to meet, but I'll be here.
Thank you. If I can, I will talk to Inari about somehow getting a message out to all of you when we are going to return.
Yeah. I don't even know if you have to return to the same location. I don't really understand how this works, but
I'm not sure either. So if it's here, so be it. Although I can't imagine wanting to always trudge out to the middle of these marches is all that enjoyable. But if this is here where we have to be, then I look forward to seeing you here again.
better than some parts of Crablands, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, it's weird. 6 months isn't that long, but I don't know. After the events of the past few days, it just seems like forever from now.
It really does. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I hope to see you all again soon. I know that I've put you all out so much over just the last week or so with Kaguya's death and this whole business with the bent knee, and I never meant to put your lives in danger. I
None
thought
of this was your fault. You didn't trouble us with this.
Think nothing of it. It was
Bentney and those guys, they troubled us. They troubled you.
That's true. And think of it this way: you gave us an excellent story to tell as well.
Thank you, Ricci. I couldn't hope for anything more than that. But think of everyone that I was going to be taking with me, that I'd be taking Seiji. I never would have thought that.
Right.
The dog is kind of right on his heels and does his best to look like the stern guardian and watchdog that he is going to try and be this in this life now.
Yeah, that was a surprise for us all. Wait a minute. That's a Shiba Inu. I get it. Inari does have a sense of humor.
Oh my gosh. Got there.
She could have taken any form for him and decided to go with this one. Well, it is a bit poetic in the end.
Well, let us know if in 6 months he is well trained.
One hopes he will learn to mend his ways, and while I hope he can redeem himself in her eyes and regain his life, I hope it's not too soon. Mariko has gotten rather attached to him. She was curled up with his tail in her little hands last night, so I'm sure it was no fun for him, but it's the least that he deserves.
That brings up a good point. You're going to the realm of animals. Do you think he could talk there?
I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Well, you'll just have to let us know in a couple of months.
I'll let you know when I get back. And it's with that laugh that you hear what sounds like it's not quite like rocks falling into water, because it's the other kind of direction, but something rising up out of the water. And in kind of a halo of green and golden energy, this sea turtle, or just large a turtle, this abnormally large turtle, the turtle the size of a boat, lifts up out of the river, surrounded in this halo of energy, and riding on the turtle's back is Inari, flanked by the messenger Zensho. I'm glad to see you both are here. Are you ready to go then? And Ryuji bows and nods, and he says, "Yes, I think I am. Just one moment, though." And he turns to Gon, and he goes over to the edge of the cart, and he says, "Father, thank you. I'm so glad in the last few days we were able to get past our differences. And we said most of our goodbyes on the way over here, but I just wanted to thank you once more for coming in my hour of need. I, for the longest time, thought I feared your coming, but no, and while I did, it was not in the way that I thought things would go down. I'm sorry that this had to be the way things turned out, that your Jimbo turned out to defy you, to do the awful things that he did in your name and in the Asawa's name. I'm not sure if you can return to the Phoenix Lands, and if not, take my home, and I will see you when we return, whenever that is." Jan says, "That's all right, my boy. You've been calling me father now, not just father-in-law, and I hope I can call you son, and that you take good care of my granddaughter, that we still have much to live for, and I hope that this wound won't put my back out too much. It would be a poor grandfather if I couldn't play with my granddaughter when she returned to us. But I have one thing left to give to you." And he turns over into the ox cart and takes out his scroll satchel, the entirety of it all, and hands it to him. "Take these with you, and when Mariko is of age, let her read and learn all that I know. My entire accumulated knowledge of the fortunes, of the kami, of the spirits, it's all here. So hopefully she will also hear the song of the kami and become a Shugenja herself. I mean, it might be dangerous without proper training, but I can't imagine anything more dangerous than turning her over to my clan now after everything that's happened. So this will have to do. Take care of yourself, boy, and we'll see you when you come back." And then he squeezes his hand as he hands over the scroll satchel and reaches out and strokes his granddaughter's chin. "And we'll see you too when you return. Goodbye now." And he kind of settles himself back down into the cart and waves off for Ryuji. "Go now. Don't leave. Don't keep her waiting. She is a fortune after all." And so Ryuji turns and he smiles all to you once more, and thank you all for everything, for coming through and seeing me through all of this, through everything we've done together. And I hope to see you as soon as I can. Hopefully as soon as the snows fall and winter begins, we will find our way back.
Till then.
So, until then. And he turns and he walks towards the boat, and Inari has set a small, I don't know, how would I describe it? A small bed for Mariko to have on the back of the turtle boat here. And the turtle kind of looks over at him with intelligent eyes as they come to board, and sets out one of its paddle-like forward fins for them to kind of walk up onto the back of the turtle with. And Ryuji sets Mariko into this little basket of a bed, and when he does, she lets out for the first time a cry, just a small plaintive one, like she doesn't want him to let go. You're not sure why or what is happening, but she lets out this cry, and it's short-lived, because in just a few moments after that, the swirling energies around the turtle start to coalesce and form up into the vague outline of a woman that becomes more and more defined as the moments go by, until it appears that Kaguya is embracing her child in the basket on the back of the turtle boat. And then, all of a sudden, the turtle starts to shrink rapidly, like unnaturally so, to the point that Inari, Zencho, and the basket fall into the river. And the image of Kaguya cradling Mariko floats above you. And all of a sudden, it takes on a much more distinctive appearance. The appearance not just of this outline of a woman, but a full woman with her hair flowing, and now in regal garb, she stands almost like an empress before you, cradling Mariko, her hair and features fully developed now. And she looks up, and Ryuji just, "Kaguya? Is that you?" And she smiles, and you hear her say, "Ryuji." And then all of a sudden, the coalescing of energy collapses in on itself, and they're gone. And all that's left is a turtle, now no bigger than the size of your two hands cupped together, a basket, a drenched four-tailed fox, and a woman sitting next to him in the middle of this marsh. I'm Robert, or Bayushi Shinichi, your host and narrator. Thank you once again for listening. Remember to catch new episodes every Monday, and if you want to catch them early or are looking for more bonus content, please consider becoming a supporting member of the Patreon at patreon.com/CourtGames. To reach out to us, email the show at fortuneandstrife@gmail.com.
I'm Tiff, and I played Kuniyui. You can also find us on the web at courtgamespod.com, Facebook and Instagram under Fortune and Strife, and Twitter at L5R FNS.
I am Tyler, and I've been playing Akodo Ricci. You can find me on Twitter or on Twitch as CourtGames.
I'm Paul, and I was playing Shishura Bisho. If you want to follow my other projects, I am the GM of 2 LGBT plus podcasts, Tales of Swordfall at Swordfall D&D for D&D 5e, and Gates of Orchid and Iris at GOIL5R for L5R 5e.
This was Jeanne, aka Kakita Kaori, and also known as, at least today, Doji Gen. If you like, you can also find me on the CourtGames RPG podcast, at the Winter Garden of the Kakita website, or check out The Table Is Yours for fiction readings of the FFG stories.
This has been Fortune and Strife, a Court Games production in association with the Rokugani Historical Society.